What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so far this offseason, the Lakers, from a team standpoint, have been failures. Absolute failures. Nobody wants to play for the organization. The roster still remains relatively unchanged. Matter of fact, they've lost a couple pieces. I like that the Bucks picked up Torian Prince. Um, Dude's a solid three-point shooter, solid role player, and watch how he looks so much better playing in Milwaukee than he did with the Lakers. But it is what it is. Um, while the Lakers have been disastrous from a team standpoint, it's been gravy for LeBron Ramon James. He just signed a 2-year, $104 million extension. He got his wish as far as playing with his son. And, the James family is looking great. The Lakers organization, Laker fans, are miserable. And I know because I interact with all of them and they can't stand what's going on right now. But Jenny Buss, the owner, is putting LeBron James ahead of the organization. And her desire to cash out and make money over the fans, the fan base, and the organization. And Emmanuel Acho, former NFL player, agrees with what I just said. Emmanuel Acho today, I believe it was, on Speak, he stated that, in his opinion, LeBron James's priority is no longer winning championships. Quote, LeBron's primary objective is no longer winning championships. It's not winning championships. Because if his primary objective was to win the title, I don't know that JJ Redick would be the head coach. If his primary objective was to win the championship, I don't know that he would be playing for the Lakers. If his primary objective was to win a championship, I don't know if Bronny James would be on the team. I think the Lakers and LeBron James have two different goals. LeBron's primary goal was to play with his son. He did everything within his power to play with his son, and he did. And I'm happy for LeBron for doing that. Look, let me tell you something. The guy who LeBron, in most people's eyes, succeeded as the face of this franchise wouldn't have pulled this crap. Okay? Kobe Bryant only cared about winning championships because that's what the Lakers organization has been about. Okay, up until this past year, they had a tie with Boston for most titles. They still hold the NBA record for most final appearances. I believe they've appeared in 32, I think it is. 31 or 32, one of the two, NBA finals. Which means that they've appeared in something like one in every 1.5 years. As far as I'm a little off of the math, but they've been in a lot of finals, especially in the past 40 plus years. Okay. This organization is supposed to be about winning. They went a 70-year span, ladies and gentlemen, where they only missed the playoffs 5 times. 70-year span. I think it was from if I'm not mistaken, the 50s into the 2000 teens. It was a 70-year span. They missed the playoffs just 5 seasons. A down year for the Lakers back in the day was a second-round exit. At their absolute peak, a down year was losing in the conference finals. When Pat Riley was the head coach of the Lakers, the Showtime Lakers, a bad year was losing in the conference finals. It was NBA finals or bust. Now, this team will be lucky if they make the play-in tournament. But it's all about LeBron and playing with his son. Let me tell you something, man. This is not to be disrespectful to Bronny James, who, by the way, according to reports, is probably going to play in the G League while securing an NBA contract, a guaranteed NBA contract. So they know he's not ready for the G League. I mean, excuse me, for the NBA. So they can put him in the G League. But, LeBron's get what he wants. Did you know that LeBron James, according to reports, did you know that while he was speaking and talking to Klay Thompson, who didn't want to be part of the shit show, did you know that the most Rob Pelinka did was leave a voice message, if I'm not mistaken, on Klay Thompson's phone? So the general manager of the Lakers didn't even talk to Klay Thompson. This is the guy that's supposedly the general manager. LeBron James, who is the de facto general manager, talked to Klay Thompson. And I'm pretty sure he got the okay for this from Jenny Buss. Rob Pelinka is probably one of the last links of of Kobe Bryant. That was Kobe's guy. And in true LeBron James fashion, he pretty much has marginalized Rob Pelinka. So LeBron is the head coach. He's a general manager. He's the lackey to Jenny Buss. One of the things that I've read about Jenny Buss, I don't know how true this is, that unlike most billionaires who tend to be very ruthless individuals, heartless, she's a sweetie pie. She's a sweetie pie. And it's hard for her to say no to people who she likes. In more ways than one. I mean, just ask Kareem, ask Magic, and allegedly ask Kobe. But anyway, that's a flaw of hers. LeBron being the predator that he is. When I say predator, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, people like LeBron and Mike and billionaires, they have predacious mentalities. When they see something that's a weakness in somebody, I'm not saying LeBron is a competitive a killer on the court, but he still has that predacious nature. And he sees that. And he's probably, I'll just say he has, like I said before, he has Jenny Buss wrapped around his finger. And whatever he's doing is working. And she's also going to make money off this at the expense of the fans. Like I was going to say before, look, man, it's nice he's playing with his son, but Laker fans don't give a hell about that. They want a team that's going to win. Now, this is what the thing is. If LeBron gets jettisoned from this team in a trade, if he got traded, yes, there'll be some lean years. But ultimately, the turnaround from the rebuild will be going now. And within maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years, maybe you would be having a team that could contend for a title. And ultimately, at least eventually you'll have a team that could contend for a title in a couple of years. Look at what happened with Boston when they traded Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. The team that they have right now that just won a championship, the fruits of that team came in that trade. That trade was about 11 years ago, I think, right? So the same thing happened to the Lakers. But just, acquiescing to LeBron and the cult of LeBron is going to delay the turnaround even sooner. I mean, even longer, excuse me. It's going to delay the turnaround even longer. And Lakers fans got to go through another 2 years of mediocrity. LeBron don't give a hell about winning right now. It's about his legacy. He knows he's not going to win any more championships. That's why the media does everything they can to swing the argument to stats, awards. That's why they're trying to run this BS campaign, trying to get people to doubt Michael Jordan's awards and authenticity of his numbers. They're trying to do the Michael Jordan did the world champion, like I did on my other channel, 2 Raw Media. I could play that game too, like I did yesterday. Look at the 2018 run LeBron had, and look at the differential between road and home stats. How did LeBron average 31 points on the road but 36 points at home? How LeBron shoot 51% on the road but 57% at home? How LeBron averaged over 2 steals a game at home but 0.7 steals on the road? I could play that game too. How he averaged more turnovers on the road than he did at home? How he get called for far fewer fouls at home than on the road? You want to do that? I can do another year. Matter of fact, I'm going to do another year and probably upload a video on this channel tomorrow. So we could play that game too. So anyway, I'm sorry, Laker fans, man. That you got to go through this again. I thought this guy was out of here. I thought all of the reports were indicating he was going to sign elsewhere, but it's more the same, man. It's more the same, you know. I mean, didn't this guy get brought here to restore the Lakers' pride and prestige? So they talking about this dude need to have a statue built. Let's see, 2018 missed the playoffs. 2008, 2019 missed the playoffs. 2020 bubble title that Anthony Davis don't get any credit for anymore as far as his role on that championship team. Neither does Rondo. 2021, one of the few defending champions to get knocked out in the first round. 2022 missed the playoffs. 2023 swept in the conference finals. This past year, knocked out in the second round. This year, coming up, who knows? Maybe a play-in appearance, maybe missing the playoffs. And don't forget, LeBron is going to turn 40 years old. Even Barry Bonds, as he hit 40, 39, 40, 41, 42, he even started slowing down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So he's not going to give you any defense. It's going to get worse and worse as far as his efforts on the defensive end. We know what the drill is with this guy, man. Okay? The Lakers are going to be at disadvantage on the defensive end. This team that they field in is whatever, man. All I know is I ain't giving JJ Redick, none of them, no excuses. I dare a nigga come on here. Especially the ones who was giving Darvin so much flack. I dare you motherfuckers come on here next year and try to make excuses for JJ. Mr. Einstein, Mr. Nietzsche, you know what I'm saying? The brain, okay? I dare you guys go out your way to defend the most brilliant coach of all time when he fails. And y'all wanted Darvin out of there. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Griffin went 30-13 and people screaming from the top of their lungs that he needed to be fired. I dare the Lakers come out to a 1-6 start. People try to make excuses for JJ Redick. That's all I got to say.